Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well and welcome to another week of training. I just finished week 8 of the 12-week training block and it's starting the preparatory phase for the max out day or the heavy PR day, I suppose. It's probably at the end of the 12-week program. I will say this week definitely had its ups and downs. One of the days was the first one where I did paused hang snatches with 205. The first day that I did it, it was kind of a realization day that I had not been getting hydrated enough and preparing myself well enough for the day's training, and it's been kind of an ongoing thing where I've just been not drinking enough water when I'm at school because I'm too busy doing teaching stuff. So it's just kind of showed itself on that day. So I kind of performed crappy and just kind of felt crappy that day. But I will say yesterday and today definitely hydrated a lot better. Really since that day where I had that bad training session, I hydrated a lot better, and so I consequently felt better when I had been training. Another little adjustment, and you won't see any of this on the film, is that I'm trying to do a little bit better of a job of warming up and taking that time at the beginning to just move around and do more stuff. Like I've been doing really light leg presses before, and maybe some like back extension type movements, just really light, just to get blood moving into different parts of my body, and just to do something that's low impact. Like with the leg press, it's very light, and it's just for me to go through that full range of motion with something that's even easier than a bodyweight squat. Since sometimes when I first come in, I'm just kind of tight and stuff, or my knees are sore, or whatever with that. Some positives of the week. So I had a max out squat after was it snatches and power cleans as well as pulls, which could have went a lot worse, and it actually went pretty decent. I was kind of happy with the 440, but that kind of messed me up for the rest of the week, because that was on a Tuesday. The bad snatch day I remember now was on Thursday, but the max squat day was on a Tuesday, and the 440, my quad shut off, so my back took over, and my back got very sore for really like two or 3 days after that day. So that really impacted me the day after, as well as 2 days after, but much more the day right after that. Kind of would have really liked that got that little bit of PR, but I was just trying to. I mean, frankly, if you look at the 440, there's no reason I should have tried the 465. Like physically, I was not able. I was not going to be able to that day, but the program called for it, so I was just kind of following what the program kind of had laid out. So it is what it is with that. Another reason for one of the inconsistencies of the snatches this week, outside of me not recovering well in technique, which are huge, is that I've not entirely bumped up the weight for the top sets, and I apologize for the noise in the background. He gets very into his video games. Anywho, the weights they call for the top sets for pretty much every top set of the snatches this week has been 201 pounds, so I've been rounding up to 205. I don't think that's too crazy of a jump, and if I have better technique and recovery and all of that, then I do better with that. I actually had my best snatch day on Wednesday when I forgot my stuff at the gym, or forgot my stuff at home, which are the clips that you're seeing now is the stuff I did in my shed, which will be probably the last time I lifted that till the spring. I actually had 2 sets of 3 at 205 for snatches, and I was able to get them all, which shows me that physically, when I do the things that I need to do, I can perform quite well with that. And perhaps having that wall of a squat rack and shelves and stuff in front of me made me more aware of my surroundings and perform a bit better with my snatches, knowing that I couldn't go forwards. I had to do better. But I also remember that day I worked really hard to extend with my legs, and that was having a really positive effect on my snatches. And that's one of the things doing the pause below the knee makes it very difficult to do. So it actually makes it a very good movement for me to practice, because I'm not able to as consistently use the extension to my legs to get more on the bar, pulling it up, as I otherwise would if I go from the floor. So I definitely I have to generally improve at that. I had those again today when I'm recording this on Saturday, and they went much better. I went 2 out of 3 on them today, and the third one I missed wasn't horrible, but I missed the second one out of the 3, so I made the first and the third. So I was kind of annoyed at the second one because I just didn't extend, but when I extended on the third one, then I was able to have my best rep of the 3 attempts that I did. Also on today, another positive note of the week were the power cleans that I had up to 265, power cleans and power jerks. My power jerks kind of just looked like garbage, but my power cleans looked really good, and I was really happy with those. And I had like two random failed front squats this week. One on the when you see in the shed, and that was as a result of my back just being amazingly sore and tight from the previous day back squat. So my front rack actually just couldn't, like I just couldn't keep my elbows up high enough. So that's why I failed that squat. And then as you see, when I repeated that rep, it wasn't that difficult of a rep, but it was definitely like my front rack was very, very tough to get that day simply because my whole back was just extremely sore. I also had a failed squat today, and today it was more just my legs were fried. I just got to the bottom and they didn't turn on to come back up. So definitely are feeling a little bit of fatigue with that. But I definitely put myself in a better position to perform well today. And, you know, I'm still getting, beat up and stuff from the workouts, but they are generally less volume. Again, more shouting, but he gets very into that stuff. Anywho, overall, it was a really positive week, I think, because I'm finding out more things that I need to improve on with the snatch as well as with cleans, and just I'm getting better, more consistent. Because in weeks past, the heavier sets with 200 pounds or 205 pounds have just been all over the place, and in a sense, they kind of were this week, but I definitely had some positive days, and I don't think I've done 2 sets of 3 with 205 at any point. So to do that during this week at one point was really nice to do. And I know on that Monday I had the first set where I missed one in the 2 sets of 3 of 205, and then I was able to get it on the second one. But a lot of front squats this week. I think I only back squatted once on Monday, and the rest were front squats. So I think that definitely played a factor. Or I back squatted Monday and Tuesday, I should say, because I had that max back squat. The rest of the days were front squats with that. So it would be interesting to see how they approach next week. I know I have to do a better job of staying hydrated and eating enough when I'm at schools, and I'm prepared for the workouts that I have for that particular day. And I know I will, because I'm aware of that now. I can't just skate by and hope that my body will recover. I kind of have to be an active participant in that role. I do apologize. I jumped all over the place with this commentary. I was just trying to give my thoughts about the week, and I ended up being kind of disorganized, I feel, when I was talking about this. So hopefully it wasn't too bad to listen to. Tried to improve these commentaries each week to make them more organized and to make them less robotic, because last week I felt like I just talked about all the weights I did and not really about how they felt as much. And then this week, I think I did a better job of talking about how the week went, but I kind of was disorganized with how I did it. So I'll end the video here. I hope you all had a great week, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Peace.